Hello, friend. Happy New Year, and welcome back to the weekly live series from Lawyers Design School. This is Legal Design Thinking in Real Life. I'm your host, Hannele, and I'm the founder and coach at Lawyers Design School, where we help you to get an easy start to legal design so that you can be the lawyer your clients and the world needs you to be. My specialty is in contract design, so I help lawyers to simplify and visualize user-friendly contracts. So this is the very first episode of this year, and I wanted to start the new year with an inspiring topic of legal innovation. And my goal today is to give you the essentials of legal design, legal innovation, what you need to know about it, and practical strategies to get going with innovation. And not only that, I want to tie legal innovation to the current reality of where we all live. All the turmoil and hardship in the world can make it really difficult to even think about innovation and new ways of thinking. But that is exactly why we need innovation right now, and times like these are actually the best timing for being innovative. I will explain this today. So, how are you all doing? Let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions or comments, just type them in, and I will get to them. Let's make this as interactive session as possible. Before we jump into the episode, I want to mention something real quick. Because here's a question for you. Are you ready to make the year 2023 your year in legal design? Is this the year when you start implementing legal design in practice and not just watch others to do it? Move away from daydreaming and aspirations to the real deal. If this is you, I have good news. Contract Design School is coming again this spring of 2023. The doors will open for enrollment in April. Contract Design School is our 5-week online program where you will learn the foundations of legal design applied to contracts and get your hands dirty with your own real legal design work. The course is packed with experiential learning, easy to use tools, live sessions, and step-by-step instructions, making it easy to start implementing legal design in your work immediately. If this sounds interesting to you, go ahead and get on the waiting list to get your hands on the early access benefits. Go to lawyersdesignschool.com/enroll. That's lawyersdesignschool.com/enroll. I can't wait to work with you. So now to the episode on legal innovation. First, I want to take you back to the year of 2015. This is the moment I go whenever I think about legal innovation in my own career. Back then, I had my own law firm, and I had figured out a way to kill billable hour and offer legal services with value-based pricing. And I wanted to make my services more affordable and accessible, and I had done a lot of work with my processes and routines around that. In 2015, I was in a pretty tough spot. I was a single mom on maternity leave and needed to serve clients as well as to make a living for me and my child. So there was literally no time to do anything, or that's at least how I felt back then. I was constantly thinking, how can I serve more clients with the limited time I have? So then, as it often happens, I got an answer, the idea, when I least expected it to. I was on a morning run and it hit me. Why not automate the process to make it more effective and turn it into an online legal service for my clients? That was an aha moment for me because I didn't know anything about legal technology back then. I didn't know that it was actually not that innovative, but for me, it was very new. So to implement all this in practice, I turned my existing contract creation process of asking questions into a digital form, and then have the technology generate the contract based on client responses. I added a half an hour call with me at the end of the service journey, and that was it. 6 months later from that day, I launched a do-it-yourself online service providing automated shareholder agreements for B2B clients. Fast forward to the following year, 2016. After getting together with Kaisa Kromhoff, the idea pivoted into Contract Mill, nowadays meant a document automation platform serving lawyers all over the world. So, looking back to that year, all that happened then seems so random, and yet it wasn't. That morning in January 2015, that was the turning point. That one run, that one idea, which basically connected million little pieces inside my mind of clients' needs, existing process, and of the external situation I was in. So that was the start. But it wasn't legal innovation until several years later. And let me get back to that a little bit later. So, what is legal innovation then? I like to define legal innovation in very simple terms. Legal innovation is about improvement, so that thanks to the innovation, something in the legal space works better than before. Whether it's services, documents, processes, solutions, or the way legal professionals work and think. So, what's the improvement that we want to see with legal innovation? I think that we should aim for real change for the clients and the society as a whole and create positive impact. Positive impact for other people should be kind of embedded in the definition of legal innovation. Right now in 2023, this is more important than ever. In the current state of the world, with everything that's going on, innovation efforts in legal should be focused on creating a brighter future for all, brighter and sustainable future for all. And we all have potential to do that. You have all the potential to do that, to use your skills and expertise as a legal professional to create positive change in people's lives. One of the key features of legal innovation is its people-centric approach. The people-centricity means that it's focused on solving the real needs of people and addressing the challenges people face in accessing legal information or services or a legal system. I think that besides our clients, we also need to focus on improving our own working conditions and culture with our innovation efforts. Legal space needs to be safe and functional for everyone, both for the clients and for the legal professionals as well. Typically, people associate legal innovation with technology, but it's only one aspect to it. The use of technology certainly can be innovative. You can automate or streamline legal tasks and processes, use AI tools to assist with legal research, contract review, and other tasks. However, not all innovation is about technology, and use of technology is not automatically innovative. It's not the silver bullet that magically fixes everything that's wrong with the legal industry. And oftentimes you need more holistic kind of systems thinking to realize the more broad problems that need to change first before you can maximize the use and benefits of legal technology. For instance, is the more pressing problem the work-life balance for lawyers? Do lawyers have time and space for new innovative thoughts to increase efficiency and client experience? If lawyers' desk is flooded with work and the workdays are too long, there's not room for anything else, let alone implementation of new efficient technology. Or do we need to work on the regulatory reform to first allow the use of technology in the legal services? As you see, legal innovation requires work on many different levels simultaneously to create the impact that we want. So I promised to talk about why 2023 is the perfect timing for legal innovation. I think that many of us were hoping after the pandemic that things would get easier. But I think that the year 2022 was anything but easy. It just continued to throw the curveballs at us with increasing speed. The world economy is getting close to recession. Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues. Energy crisis is there, inflation, you name it. Every time we open any media, it's full of bad news. And it's natural that in times like these, we seek a break from the uncertainty. We don't necessarily want to go out there and expose ourselves to more uncertainty and more risks that innovation efforts generate. We get into a survival mode and focus on getting the minimum done, just to get by and wait for the storms to calm down. I don't know if that's you, but that is certainly how my mind works. The challenge with this kind of thinking is that we don't know when it's going to be over, or if we are ever going to see again the normal that we got used to before the pandemic. So, as counterintuitive as it is, this is actually the best time to get innovative and try new things. In turmoil and hardship, people are more willing to consider new and unconventional ideas. You can find unexpected opportunities to grow and thrive, while traditional lawyering can struggle. I love the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity really fuels innovation. When there is a pressing need, we are able to focus and make it happen. Just like in my story about automating the process for contract creation, I told you in the beginning, I had to come up with a solution that would work in the tough spot of my life. With a small baby, limited resources, need to make a living. In another situation, I probably wouldn't have got the idea, or if I did, I wouldn't necessarily have done anything about it. So do think about how you can take the most out of the disruptive times we are living. If many things are changing and uncertain already, maybe this is a good time to be intentional about the change too and make it work in your and your client's favor. Sometimes people mix innovation and ideas, but as the saying goes, ideas are cheap and execution is the king or queen. There is an endless flow of ideas around us all the time, and anyone can come up with great ideas. Just try it out. You can easily come up with dozens of ideas with the right circumstances. But ideas alone do not change anything. And as painful as it can sometimes be, ideas are not worth anything. An idea is just a hint, a proposal for something new or different. Ideas need to be put in action and make them work in real life to make them useful and valuable. That's the process of innovation. You turn ideas into practical solutions. Execution, implementation is the key to transform your idea to an innovation. Execution is the action required to turn an idea into something that can improve people's lives or solve a problem. Like my story in the beginning, that idea I got in my morning run, it was only after months and months of work that it was brought to life, first as a prototype and then as a product. And in many ways, I think that the actual legal innovation was born only after we started scaling the solution and turned it into a contract automation platform, which, by the way, was not my idea. It was all Kaisa. So how do you then come up with legal innovation? I promise to give you some practical strategies. Well, I cannot not mention legal design here. Legal design thinking gives you an excellent framework to follow. So the legal design process and the tools should be tightly tied into your innovation practice. And you can have a look at the previous episodes I've done on legal design. But today I will give you 4 practical strategies for legal innovation. And the first strategy is make sure that you have enough resources for legal innovation. Because the number one resource required for legal innovation is time. If you want your team or yourself to come up with something new, you need to ensure that there's time and mental space to do that. It takes courage and deliberate change of an unhealthy work culture or a mindset that rewards busyness. We think I'm busy means I'm important. So, with this mindset, idle time may seem very unproductive, but it's actually necessary to make room for innovation. What makes innovation so challenging is that you don't know what's going to happen in the process, what's going to come out of your efforts, and when it will happen. And at the same time, we are haunted by the fear of failure and exposure to risk. We want to stay in control. So, having enough resources, often this means money, to be patient and wait for the results and learn from occasional failures is the key for legal innovation. And typically, sadly, legal teams don't have this. We're so used to predictable outcomes so that we align our resources and expectations accordingly. But legal innovation is different in terms of the time span it takes and the results that it provides. So you need to build patience with resources. Second strategy for legal innovation is to get people involved. Legal innovation is not a solo hero exercise. Getting other people, whether they are your clients and your colleagues, involved in the idea generation process, this brings fresh perspectives and insights. Whether you talk to people over coffee or facilitate a collaborative workshop, having a diverse group of people with different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives lead to more creative and innovative ideas. So invite everyone that has something to do with the area that you are wanting to improve. Anyone can notice small improvements and come up with new ways to solve them. Most importantly, involve the people you are serving to the innovation process. Don't innovate for them, but with them. When you work with others, it's important to foster a safe and positive atmosphere and culture that encourages open communication and sharing. Create common rules, ground rules to ensure a safe space and for new ideas to emerge. A word of caution though, not everyone is into development and new ideas, and that is fine, that is okay. Focus your energy on those who are willing to participate and let the innovation adoption curve take care of the laggards. They will follow when the timing is right. As a third strategy, I want to give you a few ways to get new ideas. Mark Stickdorn says in the book This is Service Design that creativity is not so much as gift as it is a process of listening to ideas flowing through one's head and being prepared to articulate them. And I think that that is brilliantly put. Getting ideas is actually listening to the ideas and then capturing them and creating language to describe them to others. And I think that this approach makes the whole process feel much more neutral and something that we can get better at, which we absolutely can. So, few ways to get new ideas. First, spend time with your customers. I always start with the customers. Talk to them, have discussions that go deeper than the typical fact-finding interview. Map your customer's journey with you to get the whole picture that they are experiencing. Remember that people don't have legal problems, they have human problems. Second way to get new ideas is to notice the mundane. The reality behind the best inventions is that someone looked at something ordinary and saw the potential for a better way of doing it. When we operate on an autopilot, we don't pay attention to the details. Many times the most simple solutions can be found in the everyday things that we don't bother to notice. So one really powerful way to get new ideas is to cultivate our ability to slow down, observe, and pay attention. This will help you identify the hidden treasures that are often right in front of us. And the third way to get new ideas is to benchmark others. Generating new ideas doesn't have to start from scratch. Instead, you can take inspiration from other industries and adapt their concepts to law. Look beyond your area of expertise and be open to ideas from unexpected sources. One funny thing about innovation is that it's contextual. Contextual. One solution in one industry can be already outdated, and in another industry, it can be a disruptive innovation. So be curious to learn from others. And typically, law is like 50 years behind other industries, so there are plenty of resources to look at. Okay, and then finally, the fourth strategy for legal innovation. I want to talk about the crucial next step after a successful pilot. Innovation work does not end in a successful pilot. Do not settle for a good concept and a pilot gone well. This is very typical in many organizations that they have a ton of great pilots and then nothing. The pilots are buried and they move on to the next shiny object. A successful legal innovation means impact at scale, at least in my opinion. This doesn't need to mean like huge business opportunities, but just scaling the impact that you want. How you evolve the innovation further to become impactful and also profitable. This takes perseverance and patience over jumping from one idea to another. Well, I said before that legal innovations need funding to get off the ground, and you can rarely expect big business right from the start. It's still important to keep in mind the business logic throughout the innovation process. To make legal innovation sustainable, there has to be some kind of a business model in place once it's full in action. Sometimes this can mean that you come up with a new business model entirely, so the innovation work continues. So there you have it, legal innovation in 2023. What is your takeaway from this episode? Let me know in the comments or send me email if you want to talk more. And if you're interested in working with me to learn legal design, go to lawyersdesignschool.com/enroll. I hope to see you there. Thank you for joining today, and let's continue with legal design.